what questions do I ask a DJ or any vendor for that matter when I'm interviewing them and thinking about hiring? My name is Michelle Martinez. I am a wedding planner, been planning weddings over 20 years. I am also the creator and host of the Big Wedding Planning Podcast. Go check that out if you haven't on your favorite podcast player app. The Big Wedding Planning Podcast has over 280 episodes and counting. Been doing that one for over 5 years, so definitely a good resource for you. So this is a specific email question about a DJ, and I'm going to read that to you now. We don't want to spend a ton of money on the wedding party, but we do know that music is of the highest priority for both of us. There's a club in the city that I love, or rather we both love, and I stalked their Instagram account and found one of their main DJs. We've always loved the music at this place. He is available. The price is really good. His answer was, I am taking on weddings at the moment, which to me means he doesn't usually do them. What questions should I ask? He is a solo club DJ and he mixes for the local radio station. I want to know how to vet him before taking him on. Please help. Okay, so love that this listener of the podcast has been listening for so long that she knows that the first thing that her and her fiance were supposed to do was figure out their priorities. Woohoo! So, by the way, listen to my video on priorities and budget if you haven't already, because it's very, very important. Okay, so a lot of people like to hire pros who aren't necessarily wedding professionals, and that's fine. That's fine. I get it all the time, especially when it comes to music. You know, a lot of people are very specific about music and they don't like wedding DJs. You know, wedding DJs have a bad rap, people. I am here to tell you, they are not all cheesy. They know how to read a crowd, but let's save that for another. Actually, no, let's save that for this video. Okay, wedding DJs. Interview them, make sure they're not cheesy, watch videos of them, get recommendations. They are going to know how to read your guests. They are going to ask you all the right questions about the age ranges of your guests, about your favorite music, about your partner's favorite music, about the timeline. They know how to do a wedding, okay? This listener in particular is not doing your normal style of wedding. She is and her partner are actually doing a reception style wedding, and they're not doing a ceremony, and I don't even think they're having like a cake cutting. So they're doing a really non-traditional wedding, which is a wedding in which I approve of like hiring a club DJ for, right? Because it's going to be, you know, you're not going to need to use this DJ as your MC or know how to like play the father-daughter dance or, you know how to get people from ceremony space to cocktail reception to dinner space. It is purely just a party with a lot of appetizers and an open bar. So this works. This is cool. I'm here for it. Okay, questions to ask. Lots of questions. With a DJ specifically, you know, does this DJ have their own sound system or do you need to rent the sound system? Does this DJ play vinyl or are they working off of, you know, a mixer and computer? Does this DJ do MC stuff? Would this DJ be comfortable making any announcements? Are they okay with you requesting certain songs? Let's say you're just going to do a first dance, you know, or let's say, you know, you want to throw in a little bit of Earth, Wind, and Fire, you know, because your parents love that. Is this DJ going to be okay with that? Does this DJ have a contract that you can look at? Does this DJ have business insurance? You know, what guarantee do you have that when you pay this DJ a deposit that they're actually going to show up on your wedding day? Because if this isn't like a normal gig for them and they're like these super artists, he might be like, dude, I don't know. I'm not feeling this. I'm not going to go. I'm sorry. I'm out. Like, what do? You got to be careful. Um, what else? Does this DJ have insurance? Will your venue even allow a non-wedding DJ that's not on the list to come? What happens if he's sick? Can he send somebody in his place? There's a lot of questions to ask. Those are the big ones. So you'll want to also talk about hours included and pricing. And take into consideration that if the DJ says, yeah, I'll bring my mixer, my turntables that are digital that attach to my computer, but you need to rent the sound system, can he give you a list of exactly what you need to rent? And you need to rent a microphone. And then, in that space where you're having your wedding, like, do you need 2 speakers? Do they need to be on stands? Is there a stage? There's a lot to consider, and you might even need a sound tech to come in and help you get this set up. So just find out all of the details. Usually when you hire a wedding DJ, they've got everything. They're going to bring everything, and they're going to make sure their pricing reflects it. And they're going to be more flexible, and they're going to play a wider range of songs. Usually when you get a club DJ, they're very specific as to the genres of music that they play, which might be cool for you. And like I said, you do you. So that is my advice. And I'd also like to offer that I have a digital course. It's called the Big Wedding Planning Masterclass. It is an A to Z how to plan a wedding. I mean, from the very beginning to the wedding day itself. We've also taken it and put some aspects of it into what we call mini courses. And one of those mini courses is hiring your vendor team. And in that mini course, there is a really detailed video, kind of like this, but with way more specific instructions and guidance on how to hire each individual wedding vendor that you will need for your wedding. Not only that, but it includes downloadables, specific questionnaires for every vendor category. So we've got it for the DJ, florist, caterer, venue, band if you're doing a band, transportation. Every wedding vendor you can think of, there's a questionnaire in there for it of all of the questions that we ask as wedding planners when we are vetting potential vendors for our clients. So check out the Big Wedding Planning Masterclass.com. And if this video was helpful to you, please like it, subscribe to this channel. And if you have a wedding planning question, I would love to hear it so I could answer it on a future video. So definitely put that in the comments section below. Thank you and happy planning.